Hi comrades, it's 2025 and I got a Tamagotchi for the first time. I have had a Tamagotchi when I was a kid, but I didn't even know what I was doing, so first time. Different strategies. One was to try to keep it alive for as long as possible. The second one, I tried to only feed it hamburgers and pies, so like meal and snacks, and not play with it at all. And third one, I tried overfeeding it. This is what mine looks like. I have a baby again. I put some bedazzles on it. I have it attached to my hydro flask just because the water bottle goes with me everywhere, and so does this toy now. This is a Gen 2, but from what I read online, this is pretty much the exact replica as was the second generation back in 1990s. Toy costs about 20 bucks. You can get at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, pretty much anywhere these days, but I think it's really cute, and I like how it's my little emotional support pet. So here's how you play the game. There's 3 buttons. The left button lets you go through the menu. When you click the button the first time, it'll help you get to the food option so you can keep your Tamagotchi full. There's going to be a burger and a pie. The pie also keeps the happiness level. If you click the middle button, it lets you go between the option of burger and pie. Then you click the left button again. This way you can turn the lights on or off by clicking the middle button when your Tamagotchi goes to sleep. This is how you play games. Essentially, there's a number that pops up and you have to guess if it's going to be a higher or a lower number between 9 and 1 by clicking either the left button or the center button. Next is the little medicine button. If the Tamagotchi ever has like a death symbol next to it, you have to give it medicine, otherwise it's going to die. Next is the poop button. It's a little duck emoji on the very left bottom. Next button is the stats. I don't know if I mentioned, but the very right button, that's how you go back. But the stats are going to show you your discipline, your happiness, and your fullness levels. By the way, the year is going to equal 1 day. This button is how you discipline your Tamagotchi if it ever beeps when it's not supposed to, aka when it's not hungry or when it's not happy, if that makes sense. When your Tamagotchi is in distress, it'll light up this emoji. It's like a sad and a happy face at the same time, but I didn't get a video of it. So the first strategy, I really tried taking care of my Tamagotchi. I actually got a Mimichi the first time. I really hope I'm not butchering these names. But after getting it, I googled a whole bunch before like letting it hatch because I wanted to make sure that I'm a good mother. So there's this graph that I found. I'm going to insert it here. I was trying to do the best of care to try to get like a bunny type of Tamagotchi, and then I did a really bad care to get a dog type Tamagotchi, and they both lived very different lives, I feel like, because like the time difference is kind of drastic. So the first one, when I got the Mimichi, was like the bunny one. It's actually the one that I really wanted because I thought it was just the cutest one out of the whole bunch. Feed it every time I was hungry. Like I would constantly check the bars. I would not give it snacks pretty much ever to make sure that it was low weight, because I read somewhere that if your Tamagotchi is lower in weight then it lives longer. And I would play with it a whole bunch. Every time the happy level would drop, I would go ahead and play a game with it. I would pick up its poop as soon as possible, and then I would give it medicine, and I would turn off the lights as soon as it would go to sleep. First one that I had lived for 13 days. We're witnessing a death. Look, I can't click any buttons.
It's just a skull.
I think it's gonna fly.
Is it gonna go beep?
Oh, it's flatlining. That's so sad.
Why is it dancing while dying?
Is it slowing down? Oh.
You killed it.
Rip. The second one, I was like, I wonder how long this thing will live if I give it just like minimum care. I would give it burgers every time I was hungry. Instead of playing games with it, I would always give it only desserts because that kept up the happiness bar. But my Tamagotchi did gain a lot of weight. It was 99 pounds pretty much the entire time, and I'm pretty sure 99 pounds is like the max for this toy. I would still pick up the poop, and I would still give it medicine just to make sure it didn't die from like a disease or something. But yeah, I would not play any games with it. That was my rule pretty much. That one lived only 3 days. or 5 days. There's a clip here. I'm sure this is how long it lived for. You might be like, wait, Christina, what about the third strategy about overfeeding it? Well, it didn't really work because, as you can see, I tried overfeeding it like the guy in the video that I watched, and it wouldn't freaking die. So I'm not sure. Maybe I have a wrong version or what. But now I have to raise this thing. I'm kidding. There's a reset button, and I do want to get that like secret Tamagotchi one day. But yeah, this one wouldn't die from overfeeding it. Misconceptions about Tamagotchi: that it will beep at night. That has never happened to me. It does beep in the morning when it wakes up and you don't feed it right away, or like you let the bars get too low, but that's pretty much the only time. If you don't like the beeping, you can click 2 buttons at the same time, the 2 sideways buttons like this, and it turns off the sound. And then you just click it again and the sound turns back on. So if you ever need to shut it off, you can shut it off. Another misconception is that the Tamagotchi, once it dies, that's it. That's not true. You just click the side buttons when you have like the little angel emoji as soon as it dies, and you can hatch the next one. And then if it dies, you can just change the battery. I would rate this toy a 10 out of 10. For $20, I think this thing is gonna go with me everywhere. I love it. I'm gonna keep hatching Tamagotchis for as long as possible. I do understand the hype now, and I kind of want to get the connection one because I heard they're coming back. So I'm trying to put everybody on the Tamagotchi train so I can have people to play with. If you watch this video, you should go buy one as a tester at Barnes & Noble or Amazon, and then when the connection ones come back out, let's play together. Anyways, thanks for watching. I think that's all I wanted to say. I know this is kind of a random video, but this is part of my life now. I am a mother.